All right, I'm with Cullen Green. He is an 18-year-old senior in high school. He's been in business for 9 years, and he's now topping out at over $500,000 per year. He's going to walk us through the steps on how he originally built his business, where he's at today, so that you guys can do the exact same things in your lives. Cullen, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Stan. How about yourself?
Thank you for coming on the air today. Cullen, first thing I wanted to address is you were not born with a silver spoon in your mouth. How did you get started, and what age were you when you originally got started?
I started in fourth going into fifth grade. I bought a Craftsman riding mower. It was about an $800 cheap mower from Sears, and that's what began the whole entire journey. And then in fifth grade is when I bought my first commercial mower in a little 6x10 trailer. So that was the start of it all, quite a few years ago.
So you were in fourth grade, and how did you get the $800 to buy your first mower?
Just had money in the bank account. I probably had $1,500 of just general money built up, birthdays, whatever. I never really spent any money. I always like to save money. And I just remember giving my dad $50 and saying, hey, put this in my account. I thought it was a big deal. So that's kind of what started it all.
So you got started when you were in fourth grade by saving up money that you had collected throughout your whole life, and you bought a cheap Craftsman mower, and then what happened?
After that, I had that for a year. I cut like 2 yards, 3 yards, probably was $100. It wasn't much money. Did some small stuff here and there. And then I bought, a year later after buying that mower, I bought a 60-inch turf tracer, and that's that's where it all started. Started off that one mower, and 2 lawns, 3 lawns turned into 5 or 6 yards. Equipment just built up as time progressed.
So in fifth grade, you were able to save enough money up from what you did in fourth grade to buy a $3,000 mower.
Correct. I saved $2,000, $3,000. I think I paid $2,400 for a 60-inch walk behind mower, and that's what began it all. And after that was a 6x10 trailer and a bunch of Craftsman handheld tools. So it wasn't the best, but it got by, and it was the fundamentals at the time.
Right now, as a senior in high school, you just bought a brand new Caterpillar skid loader for $62,000 plus.
Yeah, we just purchased a Cat. Was one of our last piece of equipment. We bought a couple of trucks after that, but we did purchase a brand new Caterpillar track skid steer for our hardscaping crew.
I guess the big question is, how did you build this business while you were still in high school, Cullen?
I built it off of, one, you got to be willing to work in work hours that you don't want to work. I started in 9th grade. Every day after school, I'd work from 3 o'clock till dark, past dark. You know what I mean? I used to cut all the grass. I did everything. When I was a freshman in high school, I was working. Every job that was going on, I was at, and I was doing stuff on top of that while I wasn't at work. And then sophomore year is when I really started to be able to hire people. I had a lot more work than I knew what to do with. I had a maintenance crew, and I had one landscape crew, and that's all we did was cut grass and do a little bit of walls, do a little bit of stuff here and there. But that was the time, and my school allowed me to leave a little bit early. So I started with a work program, and I just decreased the time that I'm at school. Over the last 3 years, I'm a senior in high school now, and I leave after fourth period every day. I've got a lot of my credits already done to the school that I go to, so it worked out. That's where we are now.
How did a kid, because you're basically a kid when you were in 9th grade, how did a kid get enough work, 9th and 10th grade, to hire a crew? How did you go out and acquire new jobs and build the trust needed to have customers sign on the dotted line and give you contracts for thousands of dollars worth of work?
Sure. So I started 9th grade when I legalized my company completely with the government and did all the taxes and did everything, my licensing. I had general insurance before that, but I never was legal with the state or the government. So once I legalized myself, I got myself on the internet, I got myself on Angie's List, worked up an Angie's List account, got built up pretty well on there. We've been on Angie's List 3 years. We have 50 reviews, probably all A+ ratings, super service awards, the whole 9 yards. So I used the power of the internet, Angie's List mainly, to advertise the company, and word got out, and you get enough reviews, you do enough good work, and word of mouth also is you're never going to get any better advertising than that. You wake up every day and the phone's ringing, it's a good day. So that's kind of how it just all started. And I hired, at the time I didn't even have a driver's license, so I hired a guy to work for me who had a license that drove my truck, and was willing to work as many hours as I did, and paid him accordingly, and progressed, and more employees showed up, and more work showed up, and 4 years later it's never a dull moment.
So you started as a fourth grader with absolutely no money except for the $800 you saved up. Then you reinvested that to buy a mower. And then is that the formula you've used to get to the point now where as a senior in high school you're doing $500,000 a year in business and buying brand new equipment?
buying new equipment, you're only as good as your last job. Always staying on top of everything. Always make sure the quality's there. Hiring good people is an extremely difficult task. I've been blessed with. I've got a good core of 5 guys that work with me full time that are, way older than me, but understand what I'm here to do and what I want to do, and they respect that. And when you hire good people, you get good work, you get good clients, and you take care of them. And at the end of the day, it's, like I said, you're only as good as your last job. So you're always keeping the quality of work high and making sure you don't have anything interfere with you too while you're at it.
How many guys do you have on right now, Colin?
So we're right now in the winter, so a lot of our guys are laid off. However, we'll pick up back in the spring. We'll probably have in the spring 8 to 10, and then in the summer we might peak 12 this year. I don't know about that just yet, but we'll have definitely full-time 10 guys through the season this year.
So you've got a lot of young entrepreneurs, and it doesn't matter when I say young, you guys can be 30, 40 years old, but if you haven't ran your own business before, you're still a young entrepreneur. You're young to the entrepreneurial game. Colin, what words of wisdom would you share? You've been in business for 9 years. You developed a business while you were in high school. You did something unique and applied yourself in a way that most guys don't even think is possible. You've proven it's possible. What words of wisdom would you share with guys just getting started to help them out?
Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. You can do anything you want at the end of the day. It's all up to you. Not everybody's going to be for you doing it. I have a lot of people that say it was my dad's company, or it was passed down to me, or I was given a bunch of money to get it going, or whatever it may be. Don't listen to it. It's all, people are going to doubt you. People want to be you at the end of the day. But do whatever you want and accomplish what you want. And it's going to happen. Just work for it.
So true, Colin. So true. Is there any way guys that are really want to find out more could reach out and connect with you?
Yeah, so you could check. We have a website, which is www.cullengreenlandscaping.com. My email is cullengreenlandscaping@yahoo.com. If you want to get in touch with me, you can check out our Instagram page. We have Just for Business. I know a lot of people follow me on my personal Instagram. We have one just for work now. It's green_landscaping_Pittsburgh. So it's PGH. So green_landscaping_PGH. And we'll have a lot more pictures of jobs and whatever we might be doing. I'm going to try and post on that every day and keep people in touch with what's going on here and what changes.
And if for those of you guys that are interested, I've been documenting Cullen's journey since you were a junior in high school, right, Colin?
Correct. I think we did a video last year, roughly in the spring, or
we did a video when you were in 11th grade and you were doing $250,000 a year in business as a junior. You've since doubled your business. Just in the last year, you've purchased brand new equipment. We did a podcast, so there's plenty of information for you guys to watch his journey as he's been progressing. Colin can do it. You guys can do it as well.
That's right, Stan. You're exactly right about that.
God bless. Go get him. Don't let anyone tell you it's not possible. Thanks, Colin.